Hi guys, it's Edel here. I just wanted to jump on tonight and just show you a quick technique to pull out the catch lights in a subject's eyes. Um, Sometimes I find that if I don't get the angle right, or if the lighting isn't exactly how I want it, the catch lights can be a little bit pulled inwards in the eyes, in that they just don't sparkle or light up the way that you want them to. Um, Now, this particular example, her catch lights are actually not that bad at all, but I'll use it as a bit of an example for you. So this was an in-home lifestyle session with a little girl sitting in a window. But because she was obviously facing inwards, and I'm primarily a natural light photographer, so I don't use flash, the only catch light that we had was actually from the window on the other side and the mirror that was reflecting back in. So just a quick way to show you how you can bring out the catch lights quite quickly. What I want you to do is, if you come down to the layers panel on this side, and there's a little sort of contrast circle, half black, half white, you just click that, and this is supposed to be like a layers filter maybe. Come up to solid color, and you want to select white at the very top. Click OK. Now, then I want you to just click where it says color fill 1. Just double click that, not directly on it actually, maybe to the side, and it'll come up with a layer style box. Now, the only thing that I tend to touch is the bit that says underlying layer, which basically means it starts to bring back some of that underlying layer the further you move this little cursor up. So if I, for example, move it all the way up, then she's back. All the way down, and she's gone. What I want to do is I want to move it just enough that the only part I'm focusing on is her eyes, nothing else. And I want to see just where I can get it that the catch lights are starting to show through, like there. Now, the trick is when you get them to start to show through, stop. On a PC, click Alt, and then left click your mouse again, so that it separates this cursor into two. It just sort of splits it. Then take the right hand side, and what this is it's just blending it a little bit more naturally then. So it just blends it in a little. I'm going to do this exaggerated just to show you the effect, but once you have it where you want it, click OK. It will obviously look very crazy right now, but what you then want to do is click on the right hand box here, which is the mask, and then on a PC it would be CTRL I, on a Mac it would be Command I, and just invert the mask to black. So right now that's hiding everything that we've just done, so it looks exactly as it did before. If I click the little I, it looks the very same whether it's on or off, because nothing is showing up differently. But now what you're going to do, if I zoom in just to make it really clear, I'm going to select my brush. You can just hit B or select brush, and I want to make sure that my foreground color is white. Generally, if your mask is black, you want your foreground color for white to show it through. And I'm just going to make my brush a little bit smaller. And my opacity at the moment is set to 33%. This is the brush opacity. And I'll keep it at that actually, because it will still give quite a good effect here. So all I'm going to do is rebrush in with a soft white brush the catch lights, very, very gently. Just sort of one sort of smooth movement. You don't want to go over this too much. It will look really, really fake. And even like that. And if I just sort of zoom out a little, now obviously they're very overly processed at the moment. What you can do is come to the opacity layer on your main levels, and this affects the opacity of the entire layer, and you can bring that up or down as you please. But just to show you at the moment, this was what the eyes looked like before. This is what they look like afterwards. Before, after, before, after. And you want it just sort of don't overdo it. You want the eyes to look nice and sparkly and shiny, but you don't want it to look like, I don't know. I've got that book, The Host, in my mind, if you've ever read it, where the aliens hide behind the eyes. So you want it to sort of look a little bit more natural. And then if I zoom out, this is the general effect. So I have that at 53%. Her eyes are very nice and shiny now. This is before and this is after. It's just enough of a extra little bit of sparkle if you're struggling to get those eyes to come alive a little bit. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, whether this helps, and thanks for watching.